Hey y'all, hey everybody. Welcome to our Pro Bestie Co channel. Come on in. We're about to get started with our Sunday lives. Keep in mind that we are doing our lives on Sundays now, 4 p.m. Welcome. Come on in. Tap the screen. Let me know you're here. Hello everyone. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for staying tuned in with us. Lives are now on Sundays. We're going to be trying to post some reminders these next couple of weeks, but in February, I feel like we should be in a good flow where people know what's happening. Okay? All right. So keep in mind, Pro Bestie is still giving out free consultations. Free 30-minute consultations. Don't forget to DM us, get our Stand Store to schedule it. Definitely make sure that you're reaching out to us to try to get that 30-minute consultation. Remember, in your consultation, it does not mean that we are about to jump right in. We're getting to know each other. We're just chit-chatting, figuring out, if this is even a good fit. Can I even provide what it is that you're looking for? So definitely keep in mind that we still have 30-minute consultations for free. F-R-E-E, that spells free. Don't forget that, because it doesn't cost you anything, but a little bit of your time, 30 minutes. Our Stand Store is up and running. Please go on our Stand Store to look into Jesse's 30-day reset. Things that you need, the downloadables. We need those things to be able to give you the information. We have, journal pages. We have things that are going to be necessary for you to have your own 30-day reset and kind of figure out, what it is you're going to be doing for the next, moving forward. Because 2026 is still here. It's still early. It's never too late to jump back on. I know some of us already fell off some of our resolutions already, but we're going to jump back in it. Make sure you're sticking with your goals. Keep in mind to follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. All our things are linked into our link tree, which is connected to that link is in our bio. So definitely make sure that you are following us on all platforms so you are staying up to date on what we got going on and the services and things that we will be providing in the future. Keep in mind that Sister Circle has been moved to the summer, and it will also be a digital platform. It will be a digital thing on our YouTube. It will be a series. So please make sure that you're tuning into that. All the materials and things that you would have had in person, you will still have those things available, printable, available from our Stand Store. And downloadable, so you can print them out yourself and do your thing with that. Volunteer opportunities. We are still looking to be a part of some volunteer opportunities. If you have an event or something going on, need some volunteers, please DM us and let us know so that we can link schedules and try to show up as Pro Bestie. Not only are we here for individuals within our community, but we like to show up for the community. The businesses that are having events, we like to support. I know last time we talked about Let's Get Social Raleigh having a bunch of events. So definitely make sure that you are letting us know about any events that you have going on and any volunteer opportunities that you would like Pro Bestie to come and bring a little energy, bring a little spunk, bring a little spice to your event. We would definitely be willing to come and have a good time. Thank you guys for joining. Thank y'all for coming in. Tap the screen. Let us know that you're here. Throw a star or a heart in the chat to let us know that you are here, and we appreciate you guys for joining us. So with that being said, all of the things, we are going to be bringing in Coach Jessa to get started with learning to listen to our bodies.
Yes, thank you for all those updates. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to another week. This is our second weekend being on Sundays in January. I hope everyone's having a good January. Like Coach Deja said, a lot of us probably have fallen off our goals by now. It's the second week in let us know in the chat where you're at with your goals. I'll be honest with mine. They're slow moving, but they're still in progress. I have still been going out running. I went out actually I just did a run yesterday.
Okay.
And I did it in, I think it was 17 minutes was this one, which for me that's pretty good. I know I don't think I can join the military with that time, but but we're still trying. And honestly, one of the things for me is getting comfortable running in public, being out of breath and looking out of shape in front of other humans.
Yeah.
Usually I save that for at home. And now, or, you know, in a forest where I haven't seen anybody for at least a mile. So now I'm getting used to, I've actually been running in my own neighborhood, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but for me it really is. Being seen only running a short distance, because I'm not, you know, I'm not at the point where I'm even running a half mile at a time. I'm running blocks at a time. So I get winded quickly and it's not pretty. And being seen in that state, being comfortable being seen in that state has been a huge goal of mine, and we're still working towards it. Let us know in the chat what some goals you're working towards still, where you're at with those goals. Last week we talked about slowing down and really taking the time to see what we're doing, what we're about as people. And for me, again, that's a huge challenge. It's been a challenge my whole life. So it wasn't fixed from last Sunday to this Sunday, but we are working on it. Like Coach Deja said, this week we are going to be talking all about listening to your body and getting into some techniques. Sorry, I have a cat ear right by my eyeball.
Oh no.
And every time I blink, I see it. Oh, there we go. Life of a cat mom. But listening to your body this week, we're going to be going into what that actually means, and then of course some things that'll help you get into that state of mind of listening to your body. Because all in all, what does listening to your body even mean? I feel like that's the same thing as slowing down. What does that mean? That's such a broad statement. Digging into it, listening to your body really just means when a need presents itself in your body. So like, I'll take for example something, and this is a skill I'm learning right along with you guys. Listening to when you need to use the bathroom. Okay, so we're all familiar with that. I can't read that.
Taylor said happy Sunday.
Oh my gosh, happy Sunday, Taylor. I'm sorry. Do we have another color?
Yeah, we gotta find another color.
And let me just say a little bit before I get into everything, I guess. Let me just throw out a little woot woot for the coaches behind the scene. You guys don't see it, but the girls are back there reading comments, watching me, making sure that everything's going the way that it needs to. So if we could get some likes in the chat for our other coaches, that would be wonderful, because those girls are back there working hard.
Can we put a thank you to Miss Brianna for giving us so many? We are at 80.
Is that
my girl? Heart clouds.
Yes. Bree is my best friend from back in South Dakota. We have been friends for, this will be like 11 years now. We met at a bar with some guys that we were both dating. Neither one of us are with them now, but we're still together. So shout out to Bride. Thank you so much for the likes. But back to what we're getting into topic. So that sensation that your body gives you that it's time to go to the bathroom, right? We're all familiar with that.
She said Damien's Bree. She said,
oh my gosh, that is my friend from out in Portland. So that is, Damien is Kyle's friend from out in Portland. They met at Jibiloo. And he met Rihanna out there, and now they are the beautiful family of 4. She just had a baby last year.
oh, congratulations.
Yes. Thank you so much for the likes, hun. But yeah, so that sensation that our body gives us is something I don't listen to. I will get that little, it's almost like a little bell ringing in your stomach. And I will get that, and I'll be like, later, I'm doing something. And then it'll tingle again, and I'll be like, hold on, I'm just about done. And now I need to run. I need to sprint to the bathroom. I can't get buttons undone fast enough. Doors open. And it's a mess, you know? Like, and I feel like a level of anxiety that I didn't need to feel. I pushed my body to a point that I didn't need to push it to. If I would have listened to her, let me know that it's time to go. Nope, right now. And if you would stop what you're doing and honor your body, I never would have been in that position to begin with. Another story that happened, I want to say it was like last week or the week before, I was over at Coach Shonda's house and she was doing something, I don't remember what it was now, but as she was doing it, a cup knocked over and it spilled all over her stuff in her room and we both just kind of stared at it for a minute. And immediately in the moment, she's like, you know what? And I shouldn't have said it there.
Yeah, I had to have a moment with myself. Like, that could have been avoided.
Yes.
It's okay. We're not going to spaz out.
Yes. And that's one of those things where she listened to her body. She's still like, now I hear you. And that was frustrating. But ultimately we could have done better and not have had this incident to begin with.
Absolutely.
And that's something that I too am learning to do, is to listen to my emotions when they come up and not necessarily let them all out. Something like I said last week, we are on day 11 of no gardening, woo woo. And on top of that, no drinking, which that one is more of just like a social thing for me that I've cut out, which is learning how to be social with people without needing an extra substance to feel comfortable. But in this journey, I am learning that I have a lot of emotions that I have been, we'll say numbing. We've been numbing them out, or at least disassociating from them for the past, my entire 20s. And now for the first time, I am listening to them. And I heard we got a comment, so I'm listening to that too. What's our comment?
Taylor said, we have to really start watching what we eat for real.
Oh, Mr. Taylor. And that, I have something for that in just a second. Actually, no, let me just go ahead, because I am learning also through this journey. So at the beginning of no gardening, my body was not eating at all. Like I didn't have an appetite. Before when we were gardening, you would just eat almost instinctively. Like you would be like, I garden, then I eat. I garden, then I eat. And I even to the point where I would tell myself, you can't eat unless you garden first. And that was kind of a cycle I got stuck in. And so when there was no gardening, it was really hard to eat. I'm just now getting my appetite back 10 days later. And through that, I have eaten fast food twice. And the first time, 2 a.m. up, throwing up, just sick as a dog. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that was awful. Maybe that was fast food. I don't know. I just maybe ate a lot. And so then last night we went to Wendy's and ate out again. And before, it was like 2 hours later, throwing up, feeling sick. And I had to put, my body just doesn't like that caliber of food anymore. Fast food just doesn't fit into my lifestyle anymore. And I didn't expect that. That wasn't a goal of mine. But in listening to my body, I'm realizing that I was probably not okay before. I was just able to, that's just life. Your tummy kind of hurts, So yeah, listening to your body and what it actually wants and needs it's hard, but it's necessary. But I'm gonna give you guys some tools to learn to listen to your body. Like I said, listening to your body is just when a need arises, when you feel something and your mind goes, oh, I think I'm hungry. Oh, I think I have to go to the bathroom. Oh, hey Zay. My little brother's in the chat.
Sending us gifts.
You sweet baby, stop it. But when your body presents that need, listening to your body is honestly just honoring that need. Going to the bathroom when your body says it needs to, eating when your body says it needs to, and eating what your body is asking for, not just what's convenient or what what you have right, I guess, yeah, convenient is the best word I got here for that, because I don't, my job is cooking with kids all day. And after a day of cooking with kids, I do not want to come home and cook. So there's a lot of times where I'm just like, we're just gonna eat this, we're just gonna eat out, we're just gonna do something very simple. And my body would like a salad, but I don't want to make a salad type of thing. So really listening to what your body's asking for, they're very smart. Bodies are very smart and in tuned if you allow them to be. So getting right into it, one of the main tools I have been using, and I will say these are things that I have actually been using myself, I'd say for the past year consistently, but really honing in on them in the past 2 weeks has even changed my relationship with my body. But the first thing we're going to talk about is, I call them present pauses. I'm sure there's many other names out there for this, but this is just where you take a moment to be present. We're not worried about the past, we're not worried about the future, we're just worried about right now. So when I do that, I do an external, because I'm one of those people that can't just, I can't meditate very well. I have a hard time paying attention to just me and not everything around me. So for me, when I do a present pause, I am paying attention to everything around me first, and then I'm going internal. So that's gonna look like, for me, I'm going to, like right now, we can do one right now. I can hear the wind outside, and I can feel the cool air coming in from there, but I also feel the warm air of this room, even though I tried to cool it down before we got started. It's still a little stuffy inside, so I feel that. And I feel a nice cool breeze coming from that window. I feel a little breeze from up there. I hear music. I can see my cousins. Let's see what else. I got a couple lights on right now. And that kind of gives me, okay, that's everything going on outside of me. Inside of me, I can feel, and I like to, this one is up to you. I kind of start at head and toe and work my way to the middle. So that's what I was gonna say, just one, but I was just like, right now I feel one of my big toes a little cramped. And that's just the way I'm sitting. This hip feels a little tight, and so that's why I'm kind of leaning on it. I have one bra strap stripping down my shoulder, and that is annoying me. And I am very aware that I have a lot of little baby hairs tickling my face right now. Internally, I'm a little hungry because I haven't eaten since breakfast, and my breakfast wasn't great because I messed it up, and I never remade it. So I'm a little bit hungry, and my lips are a little bit dry. All right. Everything else feels really good. We have a comment?
I have a little suggestion. One of the things that was kind of taught to me by my therapist was to give yourself like a number check-in, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being, you're not sure if you're going to feel safe, 10 being you are, strong and grounded. Give yourself a number when you do your body scans. And then always try to start at your feet, simply because if you start at your head, you're going to get stuck there.
And I
say
do.
Start down and then work your way up.
Look at that. We're always getting really good advice. No, and I really like that. And I like adding a number to it, because you can always think back to that number versus the whole scan that you did.
Exactly.
And I like that. So let's add that in. Let's see. I'm sitting at an 8. I don't feel bad. I feel really good. I feel very safe. I don't have a really high level of anxiety, except for that, we're presenting ourselves to the world right now. But yeah, I think I'm at an 8, so I like that. Let's add that in, jot that down, folks. I hope we have our pen and paper.
I'll throw it in the comments.
Yes. So yes, as we're doing, and that's another, you brought up another thing. They're also called body scans. Doing a body scan, doing a present pause. All of these things are bringing you into your body currently and making you aware of any needs that it might have. So like I said, this hip is feeling a little bit tight. What am I gonna, I'm feeling a little cramp in this toe. Let's adjust. There we go. I fixed the problem. Now I'd say I'm at an 8.5. So I'm getting a little feeling back in my toe. And I was ignoring it because I was just like, oh, you don't want to move too much. You don't want to be fidgety. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to be comfortable. All right. Now, is this something in the chat you guys think you could add to your day? Is this something that's feasible maybe once or twice a day, like when you wake up and when you go to bed?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. I really have benefited from these because now, before, when I wasn't doing these body scans or these crescent pauses, we were just running on fumes, you know? I would crash when I was tired. I would gorge and eat like a ridiculous amount when I was hungry. There was no on and off switch for me. It was just go or not going, and that was it. Now we have an in-between speed. Like, I am growing the distance between just on and off. I have in-between feelings now. I can just eat a little snack. In the morning, I've realized I am hungry, but not super hungry, like not lunch hungry. So we eat a smaller breakfast. We don't make a pancakes and eggs and bacon and grits every single day. A lot of the times I'm just having a handful of nuts and some fruit, and that is enough for me. Figure out what is enough for you in the morning for food wise. Or I like to be active in the morning. This is a conversation that we actually had. Your besties went to the gym, and we're getting to be healthy girls. And while we were there, we had a conversation. Coach Deja let me know that you should be doing your, and you know, take this as you will, you should be doing your cardio at the end of your workout and doing your lifting and your stretching first. And I did look it up, and it is recommended by a lot. Surprise, surprise, she knows it.
Surprise, surprise.
And it is recommended a lot of the time, and it's gonna help you with your, what was it? Like your muscle growth and fat loss. And so I was like, okay, so there is some truth to it. However, in my body, in myself, I do feel more comfortable doing my cardio first. I like that big burst of energy to be used on an elliptical or running or something along those lines. And then for me, I like a slower, lighter lift. I'm not, if you know me personally, you know my brother Jack. I'm not trying to look like that muscle head. So I'm not looking for muscle growth. I am looking for a leaner muscle, I guess, if that makes sense. So after like looking into it a little bit, like I am gonna keep my cardio first, but I like knowing those different things. And then I looked inwards, and before I probably would have switched my routine, like, well, science says, you know? Mm-hmm. But for me, I looked inwards and I was like, I like doing cardio first. Why do I like doing cardio first? Because I have the most amount of energy at the beginning of my workout. And I like to go hard on the elliptical, like being able to fall into that rhythm and listen to my music and not think about anything for 30 minutes. That's wonderful for me. All in all, your workout is your workout. As long as you're moving your body, science says that's the best. So I really was thinking about that, and I was just like, yeah, I before would have switched my whole routine up to match what science says. And being able to make those decisions for myself and my body is a huge deal, because before, like I said, I would not. So that's the growth in that area for sure, is I'm being and on top of just listening to your body and knowing what it likes versus, you know, what science says. And I don't want to be like, I don't listen to science. No, take it with a grain of salt. Listen to scientists, understand why they say what they say, because if it was saying like you're gonna tear all of your muscles if you do your cardio first, okay, well that's, you know, maybe I will throw something before my cardio. And I do try and get my stretching in before my cardio, but that's again listening to my body. If I were to just jump right on the elliptical, I'd bust a knee. I would tear the tendons left and right because I do need to stretch before I do cardio. So, like I said, those present pauses are something that I use daily in a lot of moments in my life. It's more than just in the morning and at night, but that's where I started. Now, anytime I do need to make a decision, I like to make a quick little how are we feeling? What are we thinking about this? So I would recommend adding those in because what was I gonna say? I don't know, folks. And the train has left. The train has left and I'm still on the platform.
However, put those things into your routines, folks.
Put those things into your routines. All right.
Bars.
Bars. What was... Oh, there it is. I highlighted the wrong thing, folks.
Oh.
Do your work beforehand. All right. The next thing that we're going to talk about is self-parenting. Don't laugh at me. But taking a turn, self-parenting is something that I have also been working on this year. Like I said before, with the cup spilling in Shonda's house, I think I was late to your house because I had to do the same thing. My sweet baby Baronold jumped up on my desk, and it's not a sturdy desk. It is my Nana's old sewing bench, so it's soft on the top. It's like it's got a layer of foam under it. So stupidly, I set a wine glass full of water on it because I like to drink my water out of a wine glass at night because it makes me feel fancy. And
I like that though.
thank you. And it was there from the night before, and I'm, trying to change out of my work clothes, changing to something comfortable, and I hear it knock over, and then I hear my cat run out of the room. And I go and look, and it has spilled all over my bed, all over my wall, all over the floor, of course. It is leaking into the seat that is the sewing stuff, and it is a mess. And normally, I would have yelled at my sweet baby cat, because why are you up there in the first place? And then I had to realize, he's just a cat. And he doesn't know any better, and I shouldn't leave wine glasses full of water on unstable surfaces. And I had to talk to myself. Oh my gosh, thank you for 99 stars on Facebook, Bri. Okay, that's my girl, Bri.
Bree. It's Larson. Bree.
It's Bri.
Oh, it's Bri?
Yeah.
Oh, I was say Brianna Larson. My bad.
We get that all the time.
Really?
Yes. But, and I have to remember that most people would pronounce it like that. And I'm like, I know
Exactly
my girl.
how, right?
I know my girl. But I had to have a moment with myself of why did we set that up there? Why was it there to begin with? Why didn't you pick it up last night and put it away? I will say, my parenting style, I'm not a parent. Not a parent. I have a cat, and I'm an auntie. I've been an auntie my whole life, so it's like I have a parenting style, but it's very loosey-goosey. Something I am trying to work on in my own self-parenting journey is not being so mean to me, because I feel like I parent like my mom parent, which is, why would you do that? You should have been smarter. You should know better. And that's something I'm trying to move away from too, because we all make mistakes. Life happens. But ultimately, in the end, I talked myself off of the ledge. I did not yell at anybody. I honestly ended up laughing as I was cleaning it up because you knew better. You knew better, and you shouldn't have done that. But self-parenting ultimately comes from a place of, just like regular parenting, love. You want the best for your children. You should want the best for yourself. And learning how to give yourself that is one of the best skills that you can have in this world, I swear. Being able to coach yourself, parent yourself, whatever it's called, you being able to tell you how to do things, or being able to find the resources for yourself is one of the best skills that you can have. It's it's independence, honestly, because you're not living by old rules anymore. You're not living by anybody else's rules. You're living by your rules. On top of learning to teach yourself, I guess, or direct yourself, or parent yourself, something I think is a lost skill in parenting, and this one is, I'm trying to say it as gently as possible or as socially acceptable as possible, but you need to like your kids. That is something I did not experience as a child, so this is coming from experience. If you do not like your kids, they're not going to like you, nor are they going to follow your rules, nor are they going to feel like they should. Why would they follow the rules or expectations of somebody that doesn't even like them? How do you know that they're working in your best interest if they don't like you?
Questions that need answers.
Yes, and for yourself, if you are treating yourself like some badass little kid, do you think you're going to listen to yourself as readily as a person who you know loves and adores you and only wants the best for you? Probably not. You're not. And that might be where a lot of your struggle is coming from, because a lot of my struggle was coming from that. I didn't listen to myself because I really didn't like myself. I didn't like the way that I was living my life. I didn't like the things that I was doing, and I made it known even through like the glass dropping. Well, why would you do that? That was a dumb thing to do. I talked to myself in the way that my parent talked to me. And that is something I'm trying to break, because I do like me. I'm a very nice person. I'm a very interesting person. I'm a fun person. However, I am a person who has probably a little ADHD and forgets to do things that I'm supposed to do. And that's not a reason to be mean, you know? That is one of the biggest things in self-parenting I have learned, is that there's no need to be mean about it. And sorry, I can just hear my cat.
He is like pacing.
He is so cranky.
I can see his paws at the bottom of the
I lock him in the room with his father, and he hates it.
He's pacing. I can see his paws.
Oh. And let me just say another thing about my sweet baby. He was angry this morning because I locked him out of my room. I feel illiterate right now.
Probably trying to focus on.
You can just say it.
We teach others how to treat us by how we treat ourselves.
Say it again.
We treat others how to treat us. We teach others how to treat us based on how we treat ourselves.
Yes.
We treat ourselves like crap. Why would anybody else give us respect? Why would anybody else treat us better than we're treating ourselves?
And that is so true. I forget about that, but we teach people how to treat us. And if you treat you like shit, guess how other people are probably gonna treat you? If you don't show yourself any respect, guess how others are probably. Now, let it be known that you have the right group around you, that won't happen. Moving to North Carolina for me, away from the environment that I was raised in, and being placed in this environment, the right people can teach you self-respect as well. Now, and this one is so hard to explain, because it's just like, while the right people will treat you right, that's not where you want to learn to treat you right. You know, like, you want that to be a self-proclamation almost. But when and this is something like my cousins always had to teach you, like, why would you do that? Why do you feel like my birthday, for example? It was so hard to convince me to plan something for my birthday, because I have been told that my birthday is so inconvenient. December 23rd, terrible day. And for my entire life, I have told myself it is such a terrible day, because it's so close to Christmas, everybody's busy. It's an inconvenience to try and get people to meet at a restaurant, or to come over, or to go out. don't even do it. Let's plan for after Christmas, before the new year, or early December. And that's just kind of how I would treat my birthday. And then I moved down here, and in November, I'm getting, what are we doing for your birthday? And I was like, oh, I don't know, let me think about it. And then they're like, what are we doing for your birthday? It's December 15th, what are we doing for your birthday?
What's the plans?
And I'm sitting here realizing, like, oh, they actually want to do something for my, like, there are people out there who, it's okay that it's an inconvenience. Let us be inconvenienced. We'll worry about that. What are we doing for your birthday? And that taught me such a valuable skill about it. The right people will show up for you if you allow them to. And I hear we have a comment from Miss Courtney.
Yes, Miss Courtney says, yay, my favorite person, an amazing person.
Stop it. But that's, I mean, surrounding yourself by people like that, like that's the type of comments you get. And you get a big head and you feel great about yourself, and now you're on lives talking to people.
Exactly.
And that's how it works, and that's genuinely the process. I'll tell you, January 2025, Jess was not this confident, was not ready to sit in front of a camera and discuss anything, honestly. I remember last year, me and Zay, and if you're still in the comments, let me know if you remember, but we were trying to get started on our own podcast. And we constantly were going back and forth like, oh, we can do this or we can do that, but nobody was ever going anywhere with it. We were just talking about it, and we talked ourselves into circles. I think we might have recorded one episode in January, but it did not go anywhere. Honestly, I hated it. I remember listening to it back and just being like, nope, I don't like that. I don't like the way my voice sounds. I don't like what I'm saying. I hate it, and I think I deleted it very quickly.
Not deleted it.
Gone, erased from the planet, because I didn't like it and I didn't give it a chance. And now here we are, 2026. We have been doing Pro Bestie since October. I have been doing Pro Bestie since July. I think that's when I filed the LLC, because we legal around here.
Okay.
But I filed the LLC in July, and it's just through these steps that I have taken, through taking these body scans and doing these pauses, listening to myself, learning to slow down, all of these skills, the accumulation has been, I am able to go into a restaurant, and yes, I'm nervous. Yes, it makes me uncomfortable, but I'm able to prop my phone up and record myself eating a meal because I want that content. I am able to pull out my phone, set it on the ground, and walk past it, and then do that ugly little scurry back to grab it because I wanted the picture of me walking through in the cute little forest. Content creation in real life is embarrassing. I want to be so upfront with that. There is nothing more embarrassing than pulling out your phone to watch yourself chew, to, watch yourself walk, to get a picture of your feet walking in a store is embarrassing. But if that's a goal of yours, which is of mine, you eat that embarrassment and you move on.
You're working.
You're working,
You are
exactly.
working.
You learn the value in it, and also you get to the point where you don't care what people think about what you're doing to make your dreams a reality. Because even if it's not content creation, most jobs are gonna embarrass you at the beginning. Can you picture, so something for me, I am looking at a new, not a career, let me not say that, because Pro Bestie's the career. This is a job. But I'm starting in a new field of sales. If you've ever seen anybody beginning in sales, embarrassing. You are the person at the mall, excuse me, would you like a sample? You are the person at Walmart, excuse me, have you heard of Spectrum? It is embarrassing. But you get past that level, now you're making money that you never dreamed of. You are being put into rooms that you never dreamed of because you learned that confidence in those embarrassing moments. You learned how to, again, eat that and let it fuel what you're moving on to. It's a part of the process. Gosh, I can't think of any other examples, but most jobs are not fun in the beginning. Most things you begin at are not great. Running, that was another good example. I look ridiculous out there. And you won't see that probably because I don't like filming myself run because you can hear it. I sound like I have never moved my body once. There's a little wheeze, and that's for me. But when I'm out there, and I had to run past 3 of my neighbors yesterday because I told myself, all right, that last little stretch home, you're gonna run right up to your driveway. And I get to the stop sign, and as soon as I got to the stop sign, everybody decides to come out of their house.
Shaking the nail, washing the car.
It's exactly what it was. It's exactly what it was. Some guy's just walking to his car, another guy's carrying something out, and then another person was checking the mail, and I'm sweating, and I don't know how to run. I'm learning, and so I'm sure my shoulders are like this, and it's not pretty. I hear we have a comment, please.
Yes, Miss Courtney said you've grown into such a confident person over 25. 2026 is going to be amazing.
Thank you for noticing, because I've really popped out of shell.
But you know what's crazy? While you're thinking like, oh, somebody might be looking at me run. Most of the time, people will see other people running. They're like, I need to be out there doing what they're doing.
Yes. Yes.
That's my first thought. Like, I need to be out there doing that.
Yeah. And that's something that is a great thought because I am that person too. I can see you. I go to a little running area that's right by my house, and they have a track. And it's very public. I have yet to go on it because it feels like you're up on a pedestal.
You're at the Olympics.
Exactly. Like you are at the Olympics. I should have a torch. And it feels too much. I like to go hide behind the trees. Be alone with my runs. But I see those people out there on that track, and not everybody is an Olympic athlete out on that track. There are people who are just beginning their journeys out there, and you see them, that whole track, and you just see them run the straightaway or half of the straightaway, and then they're down on their knees. Mm-hmm. I'm still like, oh, look at them. Mm-hmm. Look at them out there on that track. Like, I'm proud of them for being out there, and I wish I could be like you. Mm-hmm. So that is such a good thought, and something I have to remember. Most people aren't out here criticizing every human that crosses their path. Most people are not that mean. Most people aren't even noticing you. Ooh, looks like we have a comment.
Yeah, we have a comment from Bride. She says, right, Ellen, laughing my butt off. I see people exercising and running, and I think to myself, I need that motivation. So I just stick to walking.
Absolutely.
No, that is such a... The voice in your head is much meaner than it needs to be. Mm-hmm. It is very critical, especially if you grew up in a critical environment. If you had parents that were critical of you, your voice in your head is usually set by your parents, right? Until you've rewired it to be you, it's most likely not you being that critical inside your head. I grew up with a mother who criticized everything. Anybody walking around, oh my God, why would she wear that? Oh my God, I would never be seen in public like that. Oh my God, she's so, and this one sticks with me, and it honestly developed an internal fat phobia, is everybody was so fat. Oh my gosh, you're so fat. I would never be seen in public that fat. And that is something my mom said all the time, and now that is my inner voice. I won't wear certain things because, oh my God, you look so fat. And it sounds so stupid, but it has stopped me from wearing so many cute outfits. It has stopped me from going to so many places because I'm not about to be the biggest bitch in the room. But who cares?
Exactly.
Who cares? Nobody cares as much as you think. You care as much as you allow yourself to care. Learn to rewire that voice in your head. I promise you, you are so much nicer than that voice in your head. Listen to yourself. Yes, we're doing great on time, folks. All right, so like I've been saying this whole time, all of these techniques that I have learned and have really put an effort into my life, I am seeing the fruits of those labors. I have allowed myself to wear outfits outside of this house that I have never worn anywhere. And that's because I'm feeling more confident in myself. I'm feeling more, if somebody has something rude to say to me, which no one ever has, no one has ever said a mean thing like, oh my God, that outfit. No one has ever said that to me. But if they did, I am a grown adult, I can handle that. I have a very loud mouth and a bit of pent up anger. I'm sure I could find something to say to that. You know, like, let's handle that. Let's cross that bridge when we get there. Let them be mean. It hasn't happened though. I have been able to speak up for myself more. I will say at the job that I'm at currently, I have learned to have a voice here to the point where I don't work Sundays anymore. I don't work days that I don't want to work anymore. And I know that that sounds like a crazy thing. Like, you just go to your job and tell them you don't want to work these days. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, because I have things going on. Mm-hmm. I have a life outside of my job. And I respect that life so much that I'll lose a couple dollars to live my life. Ooh, what's our comment?
Kika said hi.
Hey, Sissy. The whole fam is getting in here. I love it. I have been able to hold my boundaries better. Mm-hmm. Now, that might be a lesson for another day because that's a whole thing. Boundaries are for you, rules are for other people. Boundaries are, I am not gonna allow myself to be treated in a certain way, and I am going to leave environments that I don't feel comfortable in. Those are boundaries. Rules are, you can't talk to me that way. People can talk to you however they want to. You have to decide if that person's going to be able to do it again.
That part.
So I have been able to hold my boundaries a lot better because I am more confident in myself, because I have listened to myself. I know what I need and I go after it. And that goes down to, we've talked about a lot of physical things in this episode, which you can tell what's on my mind is getting my whole body together. But something that isn't talked about a whole lot is listening to yourself in regards to your dreams. If you have this nagging voice inside of you that is always telling you to paint, telling you to draw, telling you to get that artistic message out of your body and onto paper or whatever it needs to, listening to that and finding a way to meet that need is also listening to your body. If you continue to ignore that, you are not listening to your body well. That is always going to be a nagging feeling inside of you. If you have a dream to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, to be an actress, listening and honoring those needs are a part of listening to your body, and they're just as important as listening to when you need to go to the bathroom. So I want to definitely say that. And it shows, I would say, like, again, through how I've been living life and going after my own goals. I do have a goal to be, if you know me, I enjoy talking. I love talking. I love explaining things to people. I like having knowledge and giving it to other people. Something I've said before, like in high school, I always said I was going to be on TED Talks. And I stopped listening to that voice because that's ridiculous. You haven't done anything to be on a TED Talk. What does anybody do to be on a TED Talk? They talk and they talk and they talk, and then finally somebody listens and reaches out and says, hey, do you want to do a TED Talk? And you say yes. So listening and honoring those needs that your body has, you're going to be happier, you're going to be healthier. A couple other things, I am able to keep promises to myself. I told myself I'm going to be able, at the end of this year, at the end of 2026, your girl's going to be able to run a 5K.
Okay, now.
I am one of those people who don't set goals very specifically for the reason of like, well, I said I would run. I ran, you know? But no, we set a specific goal of being able to run a 5K that's 3.5 miles and I'm going to stick to it. And because I told myself that that's something I'm going to do, it has already started to integrate itself into my lifestyle. When I wake up in the morning, I am already mentally, where's my water bottle? Let me get some socks, let's go. It's already a part of my day, even though it's not perfect. I don't go out there, I promise you, I cannot run even a quarter of a mile without having to stop and tell myself, you're all right, there's air out here, you can breathe.
You're all right.
Because that is a constant. When I get out of breath, you know, and you get that, and you feel like there's no air left, I have to, you're good, you're all right. And then once that feeling passed, we're running again. That is me keeping a promise to myself, no matter how hard it is. And then one of the other things, that I just said, I'm actually setting goals. Beforehand, they would be vague. I'm gonna save money, I'm gonna live better, I'm gonna eat better. There was vagueness to all of my goals. Nothing was concrete. Now my goals are concrete. I am gonna run a 5K. I am going to lose 50 pounds by the end of the year. Like, there are things that I have set up that like are measurable, so that if I'm not doing them, I can sit down and have a chit chat with myself and say, hey, we're not moving the needle. What do we need to do that? And I'm able to figure out what is necessary to keep moving. Is it, you know, oh, I don't have comfortable shoes. Oh, I don't like running in my neighborhood. Like, what are problems that we can solve type of thing. So through just listening to my body, I have been able to set all of these things in motion for myself. Why did this come so uncomfortable? It did. I'm so sorry, folks. Kyle just came in to grab a couple things. And I just, like, my brain just shut off. It was off. I'll just read. And this list is growing, and I hope it does for you too. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Where we're gonna show you how to find time for yourself. Oh I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't know why that turned my brain off, but it did. Great to mush.
That is funny.
Great B-roll.
That was too funny.